Good morning, juniors. Today we are going to learn about the TCA cycle, which is the tricarboxylic acid cycle. TCA cycle, which is also known as the Krebs cycle. Do not confuse it with the Krebs bicycle, which is the TCA plus the urea cycle. And why are the TCA cycle and the urea cycle together known as a bicycle is because of their common substrates. Some things are there which are produced by the urea cycle and some things are there which are produced by the TCA cycle, and both the cycles produce things which are used interchangeably in both the cycles. That's why they are together known as the bicycle. Okay. Now if we look at the TCA cycle proper, what is the TCA cycle and what is the role of the TCA cycle? The TCA cycle is a final common oxidative pathway. Okay, it is the oxidative pathway. What is its role? It is both the anabolic and the catabolic pathway. Anabolic plus catabolic pathway. It is both. Okay, how it is anabolic? It is anabolic because it produces compounds which are intermediate in the synthesis of the other compounds. For example, the oxaloacetate in the TCA cycle is used to produce the aspartate. Okay, it is used to produce the aspartate. Okay, the citrate or the citric acid produced is used in the acetyl coenzyme A transport. Okay, first let me write acetyl CoA transport. As you can see here, there is acetyl coenzyme A, which is carried by the citric acid. So citric acid helps in the acetyl coenzyme A transport. Okay. Then the alpha ketoglutarate acid here, it produces the glutamate. So it produces the glutamate. And lastly, the succinyl CoA here. The succinyl CoA along with the glycine produces gamma aminolevulinic acid, which produces in return the heme. So we have learned the four anabolic reactions. Okay, we have learned the four anabolic reactions. The four anabolic reactions, which are the oxaloacetate, the citric acid used in the acetyl coenzyme transport, the alpha ketoglutarate acid used in the formation of the glutamate, and the succinyl coenzyme A, which along with the glycine produces gamma aminolevulinic acid, which in turn produces the heme. Okay, so now we will look at the TCA cycle. In the cycle, it starts with the acetyl coenzyme A combining with the oxaloacetate. But first of all, we look how the acetyl coenzyme A is being produced. Okay, so let me first erase all this. Okay, so now if you remember the glycolysis, we know that the pyruvate is produced in the glycolysis, and then from the after producing the pyruvate, it gives the acetyl coenzyme A with the use of pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme. Therefore, this reaction in toto is called as the link reaction. This is called as a link reaction because it is linking the glycolysis with the TCA cycle. That's why it is known as the link reaction. Then after the acetyl coenzyme is produced, it combines with the oxaloacetate and is converted into citric. It combines with the oxaloacetate and gives the citric acid. Okay, it gives the citric acid. After giving the citric acid, it is converted into isocitric acid with the use of aconitase. So instead of me reading the cycle, it would be better that I tell you how you can remember this cycle. Okay, so let's try to draw it once. Okay, so okay, here. Okay. First of all, there is pyruvate. Then from pyruvate, acetyl CoA is produced with the help of a pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme. And after that, this acetyl coenzyme A combines with the oxaloacetate and gives the citric acid. Okay, it gives the citric acid. Then firstly, we will learn the what all is combining and what all it is producing, and after that we look at the enzymes involved. Okay, so firstly, oxaloacetate to the citric acid. Then from the citric acid, isocitric acid is produced. Isocitric acid. Then from the isocitric acid, alpha ketoglutaric acid is produced. Then from the alpha ketoglutaric acid, succinyl CoA is produced. Succinyl CoA is produced. Then from the succinyl CoA, succinate is produced. Succinate is produced. Then from the succinate, we get the fumarate. Then from fumarate, we get the malate. And then the malate again produces the oxaloacetic acid. So how I have remembered it is see, we all remember that oxaloacetic acid produces the citric acid. Then after that, the citric acid and the isocitric acid, since they are similar in name, these are coming together. Then succinate and succinyl CoA, since they have the similar name, they are coming together. And in between these two, there is this alpha ketoglutaric acid. Okay. So firstly, oxaloacetate, then citric acid with the isocitric acid, then alpha ketoglutarate in between these two, then succinyl CoA, then succinate. And how will we remember that the succinyl CoA is coming first and the succinate, then the succinate? By looking at the other substrates, other products, which are the fumarate. So we can see all these are ending with the 8. Okay, this will be in the continuation. So succinate, fumarate, malate. Okay, and then after remembering this much cycle, I have remembered with the mnemonic FOMO. Okay. So F for fumarate, then M for malate, and then for O, oxaloacetate from O. Okay, that's how I have remembered the TCA cycle. So firstly, from the pyruvate, acetyl coenzyme A is being produced, which combines with the oxaloacetate, which gives the citric acid, which then produces the isocitric acid, and after that, alpha ketoglutaric acid is produced, which in turn gives the succinyl coenzyme A, then the succinate, then the fumarate, malate, and then again the oxaloacetic acid. Okay. So after looking at the substrate and the product, now we will look at the enzymes which are being utilized in the TCA cycle. Okay, so we will go back up for that. Here, so since here the citric acid is being produced, the enzyme used is citrate synthase. Okay, citrate synthase. Then the enzyme used in the formation of the isocitric acid is the aconitase, and here you can see that the aconitase enzyme contains the iron. Okay, so for now, if you even don't remember this, then it is not an issue. You have to remember that it is produced with the help of the enzyme aconitase. Okay, then after that, the isocitrate dehydrogenase enzyme is used, which is giving the alpha ketoglutaric acid. Then alpha ketoglutaric glutarate dehydrogenase is being used. After that, okay, first of all, after that, succinate thiokinase. Succinate is being produced, so succinate thiokinase enzyme is used. Then succinate dehydrogenase is used. Then fumarase is used, which is converting fumarate into malate. Then malate again dehydrogenase is used. So if you can see, 4 dehydrogenases are being utilized in this reaction. 4 dehydrogenases. Let me mark it for you. The dehydrogenases used are, firstly, the isocitrate dehydrogenase. Just a second. Isocitrate dehydrogenase is being used. Alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase is being used. Succinate dehydrogenase is being used, and the malate dehydrogenase is being used. And as you can see, each of the dehydrogenases is named with respect to the substrate it is using, and not on the basis of the product. So since isocitrate dehydrogenase is using the isocitric acid, it is named isocitrate. Okay. Similarly, since alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase is using alpha ketoglutaric acid, it is named alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. And similarly, the rest of the two. Since the dehydrogenase enzyme is there, everywhere it is producing an energy molecule. Like isocitrate dehydrogenase is producing NADH from NAD+. Similarly, alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase is also doing the same. Then malate dehydrogenase is also doing the same. But you have to remember that succinate dehydrogenase is not producing NADH. Instead, it is producing the FADH. So what difference will it produce? The difference it produces is that since NADH gives the 2.5 ATP, but FADH gives the 1.5 ATP after entering the electron transport chain. Okay, FADH is giving 1.5 and NADH is giving 2.5 ATP. Okay, so how can you remember that where FADH is being produced and where NADH? So in all the 3 reactions, NADH is being produced except for one reaction, that is of the succinate dehydrogenase. So since succinate is producing fumarate, you can remember F for F. It is producing fumarate plus the FADH. Okay. It is producing both the products, starting from the letter F, the fumarate and the FADH. Okay, so after this, okay, now let's write the enzymes first. Let me clear all this first. Okay. So now enzymes used in these reactions are, first of all, citrate synthase is used. Uh, citrate, since citrate is being produced, so citrate synthase is used. Then after citrate synthase, aconitase enzyme is being used. Aconitase. Then after aconitase, I've told you that dehydrogenases are used. So okay, so for learning it, what we'll do is we'll first write down the dehydrogenases only. Okay. For the dehydrogenases, we know that one is the isocitrate dehydrogenase, which comes here. Isocitrate dehydrogenase. Then the alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. Then the succinate dehydrogenase. And lastly, the malate dehydrogenase. Okay, and what are these producing? From NAD plus, it is producing NADH. Again here also. And here also. DH. But here succinate dehydrogenase is producing from FADH. Okay. Then after that we will see other enzymes. After this, other enzymes are, as I told you, citrate synthase, then aconitase, then succinate, thiokinase, and then the fumarase. So these are the rest of the enzymes. Citrate synthase, aconitase, succinate thiokinase, and the fumarase. Okay, these are the rest of the enzymes. Now, after these, we will look at the products which are being produced. Okay, so we have looked at the NADH and FADH which are produced. Now we will look at the other things. One of the most important things are this. The GDP is being produced from the GDP, and ultimately ATP is produced in the reaction between the succinyl coenzyme A and the succinate. Okay, this is one thing. Then CO2 is being produced in two reactions of the isocitrate dehydrogenase and alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and H2O is being utilized here. Okay, in these two reactions, these two here, CO2 is being produced, but in the reaction of the fumarase, H2O is being liberated. CO2 is being liberated in these two reactions here, but in the fumarase reaction, H2O is being utilized. Okay, so that is all which is sufficient in the reaction. We will write these here. What is being produced? The yellow. So here CO2 is being liberated, and here too CO2 is being liberated, and H2O is being utilized here. and in the succinate thiokinase, in this reaction, GDP is giving GTP, which ultimately will give ATP. Okay. Now after so this is our TCA cycle. This is a whole cycle. Okay. This is here the whole is a whole cycle. So now we will look at the inhibitors of the TCA cycle. So here I have written the inhibitors. Let me mark. There. This one is the inhibitor, fluoroacetate, then malonate, and then is the arsenite. So fluoroacetate is inhibiting the enzyme aconitase. Arsenite is inhibiting the alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and the malonate is inhibiting the enzyme succinate dehydrogenase. Okay. Fluoroacetate is inhibiting aconitase, arsenite alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and malonate is inhibiting succinate dehydrogenase. So these are the inhibitors of the TCA cycle. Then I have told you about one substrate level phosphorylation here. Then reactions which so this is all about the TCA cycle.